What's up, everyone? We are back with another segment of Meet the PBA Staff. Today, I have a very special guest. This company would not exist without the man, the myth, the legend, co-owner, co-founder of Palm Beach Autographs. Give it up for Mr. Steve DODSON. Steve, how we doing?
So good, Brian.
So glad to finally be able to interview you. I know you're a busy guy, so thanks for sitting down with me.
It's my pleasure. Anything for a 25-year-long friend.
Yes, we have been friends for, my God, is it 25 years already?
About that, yeah.
We met in college, for those that don't know, and been best friends ever since. Probably one of the coolest, nicest, most awesome people I know.
Oh, that's sweet of you to say about yourself.
Yeah, well, you paid me to say it. So.
yeah.
But excited to interview you. So with a company like this that's so cool, we want to know, how did it begin? Bring us back to, you know, the early days of Palm Beach Autographs.
Yeah, of course. So it started as a hobby, really. I mean, my brother Jim and I, it was the time when we were in school and eBay came online. We had been longtime collectors just as fans, going to baseball games and spring training and all that, collecting autographs, and then started selling those on this fledgling startup website called eBay. Some of you may have heard of it. And then just really found out what we could turn from a hobby into a small business. And then that's when we started supplying wholesale to stores with some of the collections that we had done, started doing the autograph signings, and then transitioned into opening up retail stores as well. But going back even further was our background in journalism. So we were the youngest credentialed sports reporters in the country, had a syndicated column, a newspaper and magazine,
Wow.
and published a best-selling children's book, motivational, with all the advice from the athletes and the celebrities who we had interviewed, and then used some of those relationships that we had built in the journalism background to parlay into our sports business.
Wow, very impressive. Children's books, started out as a child. It just goes to show you, you know, if your kid is doing things at a young age, it could turn into a career and amazing business. So I really give you guys credit, because when I was young, I was just playing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, I was doing that too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good. Favorite turtle?
So Michelangelo's my man.
It's gotta be Michelangelo, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, these are the important questions, the hard-hitting questions. Yeah, Martin was telling me that. What's that?
No. I mean, Donatello's okay. Yeah.
I mean, Donatello, what does he have, a bow staff? Come on. It's a big stick. But really cool. Yeah, Martin, when I interviewed him, he was telling me that this all started on eBay, which is, you know, it's kind of interesting because so much retail has gone online, but you guys started online and then you ended up obviously in retail, but
For sure.
still online, of course. But very cool that you've had, you have this location in West Palm.
Yep, and so this is the Wellington Green Mall, and then we're also up in Jacksonville in the Avenues Mall, and then we do a seasonal retail location over in Tampa at International Plaza.
Amazing. So I know you started like as a kid, but like, what do you think, what fascinated you about autographs and sports memorabilia?
So I think we were always just sports fans. So as much as we could be around as children going to baseball games or things like that, where we could see stars and see athletes and have something to aspire towards, we were both like, all three of us, my younger brother Danny and I, were all athletically minded. So grew up playing basketball and different sports, and just that competitive piece and seeing what a ton of hard work could lead towards was always something that you could be a goal of. Once I realized that I wasn't going to the NBA, then it's like, how else could I, you know?
Wait, you're not in the NBA?
Yeah, I decided against the lottery pick.
Yes, you turned it down.
Yeah, I was like, that's too much pressure.
Yeah.
So just looking towards, our parents are, a doctor and a lawyer, and I'm sure they would have really liked us to follow one of those pursuits.
So was there pushback when you were like, no, I want to do autographs? Were they, how did they
were
feel
like
about it?
Both super supportive. I'm just seeing like a passion and entrepreneurial spirit, and how do you encourage that, and then seeing some traction being built and seeing some progress, and where we started off as a small family operation with just a limited capacity. Now we've evolved this business into a really strong one, built a really great team, and now we're all over the country.
Unbelievable. Do you remember your first autograph?
That's a good question. I remember, I wish I had a great answer to that question, because I really should.
It wasn't
It had to be a Montreal Expos. Was it? No, they're not.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, we moved to Florida when I'm 4. So it was probably Montreal Expos. That was my favorite baseball team growing up. That and the Atlanta Braves both had spring training here in West Palm. So it was probably like Tim Raines was my man. One of those guys from the mid 80s, late 80s, Montreal Expos.
You're dating yourself, by the way. Hope that's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so at what point when you were doing this, when you were younger, like when did you guys go, oh my God, we could make a career out of this? When did it go from like kind of a hobby to a full-on business?
So for around 10 years or so, it was a lifestyle business. It was just something that just a handful of us worked on and were able to carve out a decent living. I think what motivates a lot of people is once you start looking towards building a family and building a life outside of yourself, then what else could you do to be able to bring in some more revenue and to be able to bring in some more stability? And my wife and I have a young child, and living on people's couches and traveling around and getting by on $1,000 a month doesn't cut it anymore. Then it's like, what else can we do to make this a real sustainable thing?
Sure. So like 10 years ago, you would say, or 5?
Yeah, 10 years ago, I'd say was where we took the mental shift and we just kind of changed the way we do things and looking to be more systematic with them. About 5 years ago, we really started ramping up, and really in the last handful of years, that's where we've seen exponential growth. That's where you hear about like the hockey stick growth, and that's where we're at right now. We're forming some really cool partnerships. We've brought some great team members along. We hired a great consulting firm that's partnered with us in helping us navigate a complex world, globally.
Global folks, not just Palm Beach autographs. We have to change the name to Global Autographs.
No.
Let me ask you this. Growing up, what was your favorite team, and where are you at now? Like, what are your favorite teams?
So I'm always a Florida Gator. That's how I identify myself.
Go Gators!
Yep, for sure. I'm a Miami Heat fan, a Miami Dolphin fan. I obviously have gotten really excited around the Florida Panthers run, but my wife's family is all from the Tampa side, and so I am a Lightning fan, and I'm also a Panthers fan.
Oh no, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah. What I think is great about our team and our everything is like when we come into work, of course we're going to be focused on taking care of the customers, taking care of the product, and designing really cool pieces and creating good experiences, but also we get to be around people who like talking sports and like, messing with each other and being, talking about which team's better or things like that. And that's the same type of experience we hope to create in our retail space, where we have people from all over the country coming to Florida for destination or for vacation or wherever. So we bring people from all over the place, like any team, and we want to be able to have an engaging conversation and have something of that team available in our retail space.
Yeah, and I can attest to that because I worked in the Tampa location for one of the holiday seasons, and you might hear, sitting in a shop in the mall could get boring. It wasn't. The customers that come into Palm Beach Autographs, they just want to talk shop about their favorite teams, their favorite athletes. And I will say the fan base, not to kiss up to everybody watching, but it's a lovely one. It's a lot of fun to talk sports with people. And I think what's cool about your company is that it really is selling nostalgia and tapping into what people are passionate about. So it was a wonderful experience, so I understand what you're saying.
I think you nailed it with that. I mean, there's a lot of commerce that goes on that's very transactional, and we've just taken a different approach to that. We understand that the experience and the emotion, we're selling memories, so we have to be that environment where people can get excited and have a space to be able to have fun and talk about memories and bring maybe a young family member who might not have seen that game, but then you can talk about that and talk about the young stars who are up and coming and what their potential is to be like the legends. And just having a fun environment is the key in the fun experience, and that's where these public signings come into play. So we're able to host autograph signing events. We do signings regularly with all the athletes, but to be able to have them as a public forum where fans can come, engage, interact, have a meet and greet, take photo ops, get signatures in person, that's the experience piece, and I think that's the key one.
I was about to bring up the live autograph signings, so I'm glad you brought it up. When did that start as a company? When did you go from just selling autographs to having the live events?
It was probably around 15 years ago. It was, it's like a marketing piece. So you're looking at what can we do to get the word out about the store. We're having a grand opening. So if it's a store that we opened in Miami, let's bring in Jason Taylor, the superstar from the Dolphins at the time, to do a meet and greet at that store. And that would really make a big splash and get some promotion, some placement in media and things like that. We want to have an environment where people who are longtime customers can come and know what they're getting as a really controlled environment and a nice experience. But for new customers who are first discovering us, we want them to say, wow, that's that really cool sports store that has tons of great gift options. I only came here today for this experience to meet this athlete, but maybe in the future there could be a special gift or a birthday wish or a holiday gift or something like that. I'll keep Palm Beach Autographs in mind and know that they have the best quality, best top authentic items.
Well, what I think is also cool about all the products you guys have, it's not just sports. You have so many of my favorite movies or television shows, autographed pieces. Did you guys consciously, seek out to broaden from not just sports to entertainment?
We really did. As a premier fundraising partner for nonprofits, we looked at what the market was asking for, and obviously sports are a major draw, but there are people that don't follow sports or maybe they don't collect sports merchandise. So we thought, what else could we offer to the market that they would get excited about? And that's those entertainment pieces, those music, movies, some really special pieces that are nostalgic in nature and collectible as well. But just not sports related. So that was a really easy branch off for us, and we're doing it really well. Another thing that we do for nonprofits is in VIP experiences. So it's travel packages, vacation destinations, trips around the world, things like that, that nonprofits exclusively are able to utilize these packages for their silent auctions, galas, events, golf tournaments that we do. Right now we're doing over 100 events a month. So we're really, really active in the fundraising space, and we're basically want to be a one-stop where a nonprofit can look to us for a partnership, raise a ton of money for the cause with no expense or risk to the organization.
Unbelievable. You guys do amazing work for charities, very noble, very admirable. I know you mentioned silent auctions. Don't you have like a partnership with LA Fitness as well, where you do silent auctions at some of the LA Fitness gyms?
Yeah, so that's with one of our most recent partnerships with Universal Sports Auctions, where we do the LA Fitness auctions around the country. And so now we've built a sales force in about 25 cities around the US. And so we're operating these auctions inside the lobby of the LA Fitness gyms. And there are other restaurant chains, other gym chains, other hotel chains that we're in negotiations with to expand that auction program. Because it's a really fun thing that we can do, where we can create an event inside of the lobby of an entertainment space where we know our customers are and walking by, and then what can we put of our products that we know are the top quality products, put it in front of them and engage, and also have a give back program to charities that we care about.
Unbelievable. I work out at LA Fitness, and I've actually seen the products in the gym when I walk in. I've seen people looking at it like, oh, this is so cool, and like I'm like, I want to be like, I know those guys. So I think that's awesome. It sounds like you guys are doing such a good job at broadening your reach and kind of what it is you do. And speaking to how much these pieces mean to people. I mean, I could just speak for myself. One of my favorite pieces hanging in my room is the autographed Jim Carrey on my wall.
That's right.
That's one of my favorite pieces. Do you have a favorite piece, or are you just like, by the time you get home, you don't want to look at autographs, or do you have something in your home that is special to you?
So my collection has evolved over the years. I'm getting to a point where I'm really just focused on collecting legends. So my piece that I cherish is Muhammad Ali over Sonny Liston. It's like the classic.
Oh, nice.
Classic
That's one of the coolest shots
really
and
cool.
pictures there is.
For sure.
Very cool. Very cool. Is there any autograph that you don't have that you would love to get?
Good question.
The man with 1 million autographs. Which one don't you have?
I think you talked about it briefly, but like this is now turned into a business and a career. So when I come home from work, I don't want to see a framed sports memorabilia. I'm like, first walk in the door, But I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm a Heat fan. One of the coolest experiences I had in New York was I got to have a business lunch where Dwayne Wade gave a presentation. He's my favorite all-time basketball player.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. So
Wade's awesome.
gave a talk in retirement what his like branding around the world and all the business-minded stuff that he's has been venturing into, which he's had a ton of success with. But just getting to hear him talk about life off the court was a really cool one.
Nice, nice. Yeah, amazing basketball player. It's too bad he had back problems. He probably could have had a few more years left in him. But the Heat, they had Jimmy Butler injured this year. Hopefully, Boston said it was easy to go through Miami this year. Yeah, when we don't have our best player, it's easy to say that, Tatum. But congratulations to the Celtics. Not really though. But go Heat. No. Yeah. But okay, so that's your favorite athlete. I got your teams. What is one of your favorite entertainment, like what's your favorite movie, favorite TV show, and is there a piece that you have that kind of represents that?
So we've got Forrest Gump is like just a classic, classic film. So I've got a cool Tom Hanks piece from Forrest Gump that I really like.
TV show, you got a favorite TV show?
So I'd say Breaking Bad is my favorite TV show.
Great show. And I know you have an awesome Breaking Bad piece.
Yeah, we sure do. We got a couple of those going.
Bryan Cranston, unbelievable actor. Have you seen his new show, Your Honor?
Yeah,
Isn't
really
that
cool.
good?
Yeah. Oh, I'd watch anything with him in it.
Same.
Yeah.
I got hooked on that show. I watched the first episode. I mean, it is, if you haven't seen Your Honor, and check out Your Honor, really good show on Netflix where Bryan Cranston plays a judge. So great answers. Anything else entertainment-wise that you're a big fan of? Favorite musician?
So it's like, I like alternate rock, so it's Phoenix is a band that I follow, but they're like lesser known.
Okay, all right. Now we're gonna be educated. Now we'll all go look up Phoenix and check it out.
All right, do it.
What is something about you that most people don't know or might be surprised to know? Give me a fun fact about Steve Dodson.
So out of living in South Florida for as long as I have and being around the golf world as far as we have, we're invited to play in all the charity golf tournaments that we support, and I begrudgingly would play in these golf tournaments. I never really enjoyed golf or really took that on as a hobby.
Okay.
It would always be something that I would do like once or twice a year and all that, but I think it's just in the last handful of years that I've really started to enjoy the game and focus on it, and now I'm going to try and put a little bit of work in when it's hard to break away for 4 or 5 hours from either from work or from the family.
Yeah.
But trying to get around to golf in more consistently and really coming to enjoy it rather than get through the time.
Nice. What do you think changed? Is it that you went from like being terrible at it to not so bad? Like what changed that you think you took an interest more?
I think in young fatherhood, I think you have to look towards how do you prioritize your time, and instead of just being reactive and filling in the gaps with time based on your busy schedule with work or with family life or balance or all that. Kind of finding that unless you prioritize time with friends and the camaraderie around that, it's just going to fall by the wayside. And today's a perfect example. You and I made plans to spend the day together, and it's because we carved out that time, and we both have busy schedules, and we said, this is important to us, we want to maintain this friendship and this brotherhood. So that's what we did, and that golf is that kind of same experience. The game itself I'm enjoying, and I could see that I could get better at it if I pursued it more, but I think it's more about saying it's really important to me that with this group of men or women, I want to enjoy that time together, and it's just being more intentional with your time, I think, is the key. Very
cool answer, Steve. What is the best advice you've ever been given?
There's a famous quote, the harder you work, the luckier you get, and that was part of our motivational children's book. That was one of the quotes in that one. And I think that's really true. So we've always looked at this as we're going to put the effort in, we're going to do things the right way every step of the way. And it might not be a very fast result towards this success that everybody's kind of going after, but as long as we keep working hard and as long as we keep plugging away at this, we're going to end up finding it. And we've had a lot of success in building great relationships and building a great team, and then success financially is going to follow.
Nice, I like that. Okay, now on the flip side, what's the worst advice you've ever been given?
So it was an old pitcher, and I can't recall his name, gave us this advice. He said, don't eat yellow snow. And that's one. No.
I mean, that could be good advice, though. You know? I mean, it's give me something better than that, but don't eat the yellow snow regardless.
I don't know. Just I think people are looking for fast success and looking for you know, how do I get rich quick or that kind of thing, and that's just kind of the wrong mindset. I think just understanding that you have to create value in the world, and then you'll receive that value back.
Very smart answer, and that's why they have a successful business, because he's a very wise man, which is why I love him. What is on the horizon for Palm Beach Autographs that you're excited about? Is there anything you guys are working toward, whether it's an event or an expansion? Is there just anything on the horizon that you guys are planning that you're excited about?
Yeah, I think we're looking to expand some of our partnerships with the nonprofits. That's a priority for us, and how can we help out in a larger way? We do a ton of work in the Florida market and in some of our other cities, but where else can what we do benefit charities? And then also, we love this retail experience. We love creating a cool experience, and there's plenty of other cities that we're not currently in, and how else could we expand our retail footprint? And then the corporate partnerships like LA Fitness and other opportunities like that, where else can we engage to get in front of a bigger audience for us to be able to have our awesome products on display?
Nice, nice. Now this is a very important question. Who is the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
So it's Jordan, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
listen,
What?
nothing against LeBron, but come on, it's Jordan.
Yeah.
All right, GOAT, Jordan or Brady?
Oh man, I'm a Dolphins fan. It's Jordan.
All right, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I love Jordan too.
Yeah.
And speaking about what's coming up, there is a signing coming up just in a couple of weeks here. Who we got?
So Tua Tagovailoa. Oh man, I just messed up that name. You messed it up initially.
It's a tough name.
Yeah.
Tua. We can go with Tua.
Yeah, I can say it. I can do it. Tua Tagovailoa
There we go, baby.
and Jalen Waddle are both coming to the Wellington store. It's going to be on a Sunday. It's
July 14th.
That's right.
James, you owe me a Coke.
Nice. So they're both going to be here at the store doing a meet and greet, autograph signing, and photo op. So that should be a really fun one. And we're also in talks with a bunch of the Panthers players. We brought in about half the team already for meet and greets. Now that they're Stanley Cup champions, we're talking to all of them. And
You see they were partying at Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
I thought that they brought the Stanley Cup with them. That was pretty funny.
Wild. Yeah. So there's a bunch of the Panthers players we're going to be bringing in the near future as well. We're really excited about.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fun.
Make sure you guys go to the website. You can pre-order your tickets there, and if you can't make the signing, you can pre-order an item that can be mailed to you. So check that out at palmbeachautographs.com. Steve, we're getting to the end now. Is there anything else you want to let your customers know before we adjourn?
So we're reaching an audience now around the country. They may not have already had an experience in any of our retail spaces, and we want to recreate that retail environment for you abroad. Traditionally, online shopping isn't the most interactive. So what we hope for is people to engage. Maybe they find a product on our website and they want to talk more about it or learn more about it or share something from their collection. We just hope you reach out, interact in some way. We've got real live people who are excited to answer those calls and answer those emails and just have that conversation.
The company is not ran by AI, so.
Yeah.
Steve, thank you so much. Wonderful interviewing you.
As always,
You're the man.
you're the man.
Thanks for watching, guys.